Ah, Star Wars. You gotta love it. You gotta love the fandom, right? Yeah, I'm feeling fat and sassy after Thanksgiving. You know how it is. And I saw Star Wars Theory was trending, and I was like, what in the world did he do? The man's not even on Twitter anymore. Like, what the heck is going on? Oh, it appears that he has upset the Star Wars fandom over his Andor opinion. Yeah, that's right. Oh, touchy, touchy. You wonder why nobody's watching Andor. You wonder why people have checked out of Star Wars. Look at this fandom. I mean, how they get so upset over one man's opinion. And wait till you hear the opinion. You're just going to sit back and be like, what the heck is wrong with these people? And they are saying some of the most horrific things over one man's opinion. But hey, whatever it's worth, Star Wars Theory's #1. He's the #1 Star Wars YouTuber. He's going to surpass the official Star Wars account in subscribers. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe these people can't stand the fact that he's succeeding and that he is being open with his opinion, that he's not letting people, control him and what he has to say. And it's quite ridiculous. But again, this is why a lot of people have just checked out of this fandom, that they have just checked out because they can't go on there and say, I didn't like this part, because they just get pounced on and attacked. And I mean, look at this. Star Wars Theory is a clown. Star Wars Theory is a clown. Yeah. The #1 Star Wars YouTuber is a clown. Yeah. The guy that is doing this for a living, the guy that has millions upon millions of views. Yeah. He's a clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Right. So we name call him, to try to tear him down. And then we promote ourselves. This is like the Rian Johnson technique of Star Wars. Let's just tear down Luke and all the, Luke Skywalker to build up our own characters. Let's just trash them. I think it's hilarious that this is what we're doing now. It's like, you're a clown. You don't know what you're talking about. But watch my review, because it's better. Because I'll tell you what you want to hear. I'll tell you how great it is. I'll tell you how everything's perfect. I'll tell you it all. And some of the things that people are saying about Star Wars Theory is shocking. Is shocking over his opinion. First, listen to his opinion, and you tell me how horrific and how it makes me cry and how it hurt you and how you just want to attack him for what he said about Andor.
It's just whatever. It's honestly a kind of a forgettable show. Look, acting was great. The cinematography was great. The budget was great. The writing was good. But it was a lot of little things. I mean, when we saw the camera in the previous episode, there were like screws in the wall. When we see certain architecture, it's just bricks. It's not smooth stone or sandstone or whatever it might be that was in the prequels or the originals, which kind of gives you the feel of Star Wars. The whole thing about Star Wars is to feel like it's from a galaxy far, far away. It didn't do that with this one. The guns, the blasters, they looked like actual guns. Little things like that took me out of it. I feel like it dragged on a lot in a lot of episodes that didn't need to. There were a lot of moments that really took a lot. I think my favorite part of the show was probably the whole prison.
Okay, so this comes from a live stream where he does a watch party, watches the show, and does immediate commentary, while he's getting, processing all his thoughts. All right, so he's just throwing stuff out there. And then, like all of us, when we do movie reviews and stuff like that, sometimes we need like a day to kind of like, okay, yeah, you know what? This part was actually good now that I thought about it, now that I processed it, everything. And that's why, on this channel, I usually, when I do the out of the theater movie, reviews where I'm just walking out, it's just like raw emotional thoughts. Like, yeah, I like this, I didn't like this. And then after a day or two, we go live and talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I saw that, but now that I think about it, things like that. So it happens to like everyone. And so they took this small clip out of a few hour live stream and decided to lose their minds because he says he saw bricks and screws. And this is Star Wars. I mean, look, I could go through all the responses, but I'm pretty sure, they're horrific. Like, look at this person here, this woman. They're like, hey, he's trending now. What a POS. This is what they think of Star Wars theory because he said, I saw bricks in the architecture. I have these people have lost their minds. They have lost their minds. No, there is no, hey, I disagree with theory when he said this, so here's my counter argument. No, it's name calling, it's shaming, it's try to tear down, it's try to destroy, and then it's like, since you're here, why don't you watch my stuff because it's better? And this is the state of the Star Wars fandom. This is just how it is. Again, I have people that are like, Jay, please watch the show and tell me what you think. I'd love to. I know you love Star Wars. You've always loved Star Wars, but because of things like this and this constant fandom, this constant stuff where you can't go out there and say whatever you want without being attacked, instead of having counter, I'm all for it. I make a video, we'll have every right to watch that video, debate it, tear it down, and just say, well, this is where he's wrong. This is where this take is really dumb. This take is this is that. But then when people get into the whole name calling and shaming and all this other stuff, you're just kind of like, give me a break. I think you've lost the argument. I think you've lost the argument. And there's a couple people that were making excellent points here that I just want to show. This one here is from Star Wars Cozy Coffee. It says, I see many people react negatively towards Theory's opinion on Andor. Some get angry that he says the show is forgettable and that he's taken out of the universe sometimes. I must say, I kind of agree with him. And see, this person's just treading gently. He's like, I kind of agree with him. It has nice production value, but doesn't always feel like Star Wars to me. It's a different show. And listen, I'm all for like variety of life, So when Star Wars universe gets bigger and they want to attempt and try and do different things, I'm all for it. But they have to understand that there's going to be criticisms. And because you don't like those criticisms doesn't give you the right to totally slam someone and call him a clown, call him a POS, call him this because of his personal feelings and opinions. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You lost the argument. Like this person here was like, Star Wars theory on Andor, right? It doesn't feel like Star Wars to me, and it's kind of a forgettable show. Well, he's not the only one that said that. There are tons of people that said that, but because it's Star Wars theory, and they expect him to act a certain way, they expect him to be a certain way, they expect him to fall into line, and he doesn't because he's his own man and he has his own opinions. They freak out. It says this series has some of the best writing, visuals, and acting of any Star Wars series to date. I think Theory actually said that. I don't understand what more people want. People want a lot of things. We want a lot of things from Star Wars. And just because you enjoyed it, great. I think that's great. Why you get so mad when somebody else doesn't enjoy it? And that's the Star Wars fandom as a whole. That's the Star Wars fandom. You can't have an opinion. You can't say you don't like anything. Remember when many of us came out and says this Reva character for Kenobi is like the worst. We're called all kinds of names for that because they want us to sit and they just want us to consume. And they just want us to say everything's wonderful. And if you don't fall in line with what they're saying, you're the problem. And instead of great debating or counter arguments, it turns into mudslinging and name calling and all kinds of things, which is what we see here. Star Wars Theory did post a response. I will put it in the pinned comment below if you want to see what he has to say. But this is where we are. This is where we are. And you wonder why people have checked out of the fandom. You wonder why Andor, it didn't get the views or the ratings that many people thought it should because they felt it was really done well. They got to clean a lot of that stuff up. Here we are. Now, you could be like, Jay, you're totally wrong on this. And if you like the show, let me know in the comment section below. I have not gotten past episode 3. I know a lot of people have asked. They're curious to see my opinion because they said near the end, like the last 3 or the last 4, it really picks up and it tells a really cool story. So maybe one of these days, maybe sitting around the old Christmas fire with some eggnog, maybe we'll just pop on old Andor on that special site that Disparu gave me. With the Spanish subtitles, and we'll give it a shot. We'll see. But until then, this is the sad state. And Star Wars Theory has every right, just as you have your right to state your opinion without being criticized or shamed. State what you like, state what you hate. It's your opinion. It's your life. It's your channel. It's your social media. Don't let these people bully you into saying something different, because that's what they do. And it's clear every single time Star Wars comes up. They don't like the show. Let's destroy them, but watch my stuff instead. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. Anyway, this is Jay. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Believe me, Star Wars Theory is going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's not going to change. He's going to say things that I agree with, I disagree with. He's going to be his own man. And believe me, he's going to be just fine. Catch you next time.